Hello, very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are listening to me. Students and my dear friends, today we are going to start the revision series for IGCSE examination that to be held in February March 2025. We are going to, I will upload various topic wise chapters revision video for your better understanding and for the quick revision. So, without this wasting time, let us today start the topic called manufacturing. Now, manufacturing is very important concept in accounting, right? And most probably this question may came in examination this time. So let us begin. So in manufacturing means what? When we produce goods, right? When we make the goods in our factories, right? There are two type of work that a businessman can do. Either he can do trading, he purchase and sells the goods, or he can do manufacturing. That means he make and sell the goods. Clear? So today we are going to understand the topic manufacturing. In this topic, we will understand how a manufacturer prepare financial statements with respect to manufacturing of goods. So in this chapter, we shall understand the following topics. Now, student, this notes I will WhatsApp or email you. If you want to just connect with me, just send a WhatsApp to me on 86193 26974. Just send me a text with your name, city, your topic for which you need notes, so I will share with you, don't worry, right? So this notes and the compilation file, so I have a notes, concept notes, where I will prepare giving you the formats and the formulas which is incorporated in concept notes, and along with concept note I will also forward you the past paper compilation file, so that it will be very easy for you to just recap and revise the things. You can just ping me on this number 86193 26974 with your name, city, school, and the notes you need. Right. So for manufacturing, we have to prepare three accounts. We have to prepare three accounts. Manufacturing accounts, which is the most important and the significant part of manufacturing accounting. Then we have to prepare statement of profit and loss, and then we have to prepare financial position, right? In this manufacturing, we have three types of inventory: raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. Now, these all inventory, the closing balances of all three inventories will be shown as current assets as per International Accounting Standard number 2. International Accounting Standard number 2 is not in your course, so I have given just a reference, IS2, through which we will prepare inventory valuation, and we do inventory valuation. And that inventory valuation, after doing that inventory valuation, we show this raw material, WIP, and finished goods in the current assets of financial position. Okay. Now, let us understand the format of manufacturing account. In manufacturing account, first we will see how to calculate raw material consumed. So this is the format, and this format need to be strictly followed. This format need to be strictly followed because this format is suggested by CAIE board, right? Opening inventory of raw material. First, in this opening inventory of raw material, in which we will add purchase of raw material, we will deduct purchase return of raw material, we will add carriage inward on raw material, and we will deduct closing inventory of raw material. So all the detail of raw material will come as a first part in the manufacturing account. Opening inventory of raw material plus purchase of raw material minus purchase return of raw material plus carriage inward on raw material, in which I will deduct closing inventory of raw material. So I will reach to the first phase of manufacturing account, that is raw material consumed, and the total of raw material calculation will come as raw material consumed in the outer column. In this raw material consumed, guys, I will add direct labor, that is direct wages. Now, what is direct labor? All those labor who is directly engaged in the production of goods are called as direct labors. So direct labor will be added, or direct wages will be added, and direct expenses. I have already written the name in which will be used in examination, royalties. So direct expenses are the royalties. So direct labor, wages will be added. Direct expenses, that is royalty, will be added to raw material consumed. We will get prime cost. So this is the second phase I have highlighted for your easy reference. So first phase is raw material consumed. In that raw material consumed, I will add direct wages and direct expenses if given in the question. So we will add two items. I will get prime cost. So what is prime cost? Raw material consumed plus direct labor or direct expenses. We will get prime cost. In this prime cost, we will add factory overheads. What is factory overheads? Factory overheads are all those indirect cost or indirect expenses which is incurred at the time of manufacturing of goods. For direct expenses, we will add here after raw material consumed, and for all those indirect factory wages, indirect factory expenses will be, come into factory overheads. So overheads means indirect cost, which is incurred in factory. So factory overheads means indirect factory wages. As name itself suggests, indirect factory wages. That means the wages which is paid to the labor, but not to the direct labor, but to indirect labor. Which is indirect labor? What is indirect labor? The labor which are not directly engaged into the production of goods, but part of manufacturing of goods. So these are known as indirect factory wages. Indirect material, the material which is not directly consumed for manufacturing of goods are called as indirect material. I am giving you a simple examination. For making bread, you need the wheat. You need the wheat flour for making the bread. So this is the wheat flour is the direct material, but in the packet in which you buy the bread packet, the cover of the bread packet, the cover is indirect material. Are you getting my point? The sweet which is made up of things like, if you say gulab jamun or any of the sweets, so that content, the raw material of that sweet is direct material. But that box in which you carry the sweets from the sweet shop, that box is indirect material. Are you getting the point or not? Next, depreciation of factory machine. Now it is very important to understand that depreciation is an expense. Now, if non-current assets is situated in factory, that means in that case, the depreciation on factory machine will be charged from factory overheads because that machine is situated in factory premises. But if non-current assets is situated in office, then in that case, that depreciation on that office equipment will be charged to statement of profit and loss under expenses head. Are you getting the point or not? So it is very important to understand where the depreciation should be charged. If it is in the factory, then we will have to charge from factory overheads. And if it is situated in the office premises, then we will charge from statement of profit and loss. And for other allocated for factory overheads as per question, if any other factory overhead has been given, then we will charge to factory overheads. Now the question arises, sir, how we will come to know that whether it is a factory overheads or it is a office overheads? That will be clearly given in the question. Or we can also use our common sense like factory wages. So factory's wages means what? The wages which is incurred in factory. If it is direct wages. If it is indirect factory overheads. But salary to staff working in the office, that indicates that the staff is not working in the factory. Staff is always working in the offices. So staff salary will always an expenses under statement of profit and loss. Now some expenses will be given to you, and the apportionment means the percentage. For example, they have given say rates, say 20,000 rates has been given, but there is no specification in the question whether it is related to factory or it is related to office. Then in that case we have to identify it and see the additional information whether any other information has been given or not. For example, if they say 75% is related to manufacturing and 25% is related to factory, so out of 20,000, 75%, that is 15,000, will come to factory overheads and 5,000 will go to expenses. Are you getting my point or not? Next, if any accrual and prepayment adjustment is given to you, if any accrual and prepayment adjustment is given to you, in that case you first need to do accrual and prepayment adjustment. After that you have to do apportionment, right? So for example, if wages is given to us and they says 250 is accrued wages, so wages, the accrued wages will be added because accrued means what? Due but not paid, so it will be added. So this accrued wages, say 2000 is the wages and 230 is the accrued wages, so 2000 plus 230, so total will be 2230. Now it will be divided among the factory and office. Are you getting the point or not? So in this manner, the factory overheads will be added, and all the factory overheads that we have added will come as total factory overheads. So prime cost plus factory overheads, we will get factory manufacturing cost. In this lecture, we will also do one past paper question for your better understanding and clearance. Don't worry. So first you quickly see this concepts, and then after that concepts, we will start with the practical past paper question. With that past paper question, your all doubts will be cleared. If you need the compilation file or this concept notes, you can ping me on this number 86193. I am again writing if you didn't write 86193 26974. Just ping me with your name, your school name, right, your city, and the topic for which you need the notes. Clear? My name is Mridul Mehta. I'm a chartered accountant by qualification. So you can just directly ping me. My office boy will forward you. No worries. Okay. So all this factory overheads will be added to prime cost. We will get the factory manufacturing cost. I will add opening inventory of W after getting factory manufacturing cost. So can I say this is the third phase? This is the third phase of manufacturing accounts. This is the third phase of manufacturing account. In this factory manufacturing cost, I will add opening inventory of work in progress. I will deduct closing inventory of work in progress. So opening minus closing. After factory manufacturing cost, opening WIP inventory of WIP will be added, closing inventory of WIP will be added. Then I will get the final figure cost of production. Final figure of cost of production. And this is your manufacturing account. Let us quickly recapitulate. Opening inventory of raw material plus purchase of raw material minus purchase return of raw material plus carriage inward on raw material minus closing inventory of raw material. So after doing all this calculation, we will get raw material consumed. It is also known as cost of material consumed or raw material consumed, one and the same thing. So we'll get cost of raw material consumed or raw material consumed. In this raw material consumed, we will add direct labor or direct wages and direct expenses. Direct expenses means royalties. So we will add into the prime cost these two expenses, these two item, not expenses, these two cost. We will get prime cost. In prime cost, we will add all the factory overheads. Factory overheads means all indirect factory expenses that will be added, and the total factory overheads will go outside the column, outer column. And in prime cost, when the total factory overheads added, we will get factory manufacturing cost. In that factory manufacturing cost, when I add opening inventory of work in progress, deduct less closing inventory of work in progress, we'll get cost of production. Clear, bacha? Okay. Now, after this cost of production, we will prepare, sorry, after this manufacturing account, we will prepare a statement of profit and loss. This is as simple as that. We have already, I hope you have already done it. If not, guys, I will make a separate video on statement of profit and loss and financial position. You may please revise that concept from there. After that, you can come to know. So statement of profit and loss, first, I will add revenue. First, I will add what? Revenue. So details, revenue, net. Net means what? Revenue minus revenue return. Or you can also say sales minus sales return. It will gives me net revenue. So net revenue will go to outer column. Less cost of sales. Now cost of sales means what? Opening inventory of, you can write fully, opening inventory of finished goods. Opening inventory of finished goods, because raw material and WIP has already been accounted in manufacturing accounts. So in cost of sales, it is opening inventory of finished goods plus purchase of finished goods. The word net is given. Net means what? Purchase minus purchase return. This is important, guys. This is important. We will add cost of production. We will add cost of production. Cost of production. And in that cost of production, I will less closing inventory of finished goods and less drawings in goods. We will get gross profit. Till gross profit, it is called as trading section. So statement of profit and loss till gross profit will be called as trading section. So if question says prepare only till trading section, only prepare till gross profit. Are you getting my point or not? So revenue minus cost of sales, opening inventory of finished goods plus purchase of finished goods minus purchase return of finished goods plus carriage inward on finished goods minus closing inventory of finished goods minus drawings in goods, and then I will add cost of production. Guys, don't forget this. In manufacturing, this is the only change. I have highlighted this. So the cost of production, from where we will get cost of production? From manufacturing account. So whatever cost of production we'll get from manufacturing account, it will be added to cost of sales. Guys, please, 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 very, very important. Don't forget. Clear? Hmm. I will add other incomes and I will less expenses. So other incomes will be added and expenses will be deducted. So sir, whenever there is a bifurcation given, for example, if rate says ki 25% is related to office and 75% is related to manufacturing. So what we will do, 1000 into 75%, that is 750. For example, if rates is 7000, so 75% if it is related to factory, then we will add 750 to factory overheads and 250 will be added to expenses. So all the office and admin expenses will come here. Depreciation on office assets, please understand, in depreciation on factory machine will be go to factory overheads, but depreciation on office non-current assets will be added to expenses and all other allocated expenses. For example, 75% is factory, then 25% will be charged to expenses in statement of profit and loss. So after GP, I add other income, less expenses will get profit from operation, less finance cost will get profit for the year. Now in the financial position, the last, everything is same, like non-current assets, current assets, equity and liability. If manufacturing is a company, then non-current liability, current liability, everything is same. There is one change in current assets. We have now three types of inventory because we are the manufacturer now. So we have three types of inventory. Inventory means raw material, work in progress, and finished goods, right? So this three, the closing balance of three inventories to be shown under current assets under inventories. And this I already told you as per IAS 2. You need not to remember the international accounting standard number. This is only for your only for your clear. Now let us do one question. This question is from past paper 0452 0452 October November 2021. You may please note down, you can download this paper also. So we are doing one question from this 0452 2022 October November 2021, right? We are going to solve this question. Now after solving this question, it will be very easy for you to just recap whole concept, right? So please, if you want to just download this concept, please, or download this paper, please download it, right? So let us begin in a minute. Let us begin in a minute. So this is the question. On 31st July 2021, on 31st July 2021, the following information was provided by KA Limited. Limited means what? Company. A manufacturer. That means KA Limited, a company who is manufacturer of garden tools. Can I say garden tools he is manufacturing? That means it is an inventory. So KA Limited is a manufacturer of garden tools. That means they are manufacturing garden tools. So garden tools are the inventory and they are the manufacturer. So for sure we have to prepare manufacturing account and financial position will be shown as limited liability company. Okay. So we have to prepare obviously what? Manufacturing account, profit and loss, and financial position of the company. Okay. Hmm. The inventory on 1st August 2020 is given. You see, on 31st July 2021, the following information is given. So can I say the financial year started from 1st of August 2020 and this financial year will end on 31st July 2021. So I hope you understand the financial year concept, that every financial statement is prepared for one financial year and that is approximately for 12 months, most likely for 12 months, right? So if it starts from 1st January, it will end on 31st December. If it starts from 1st April, it will be end on 31st March. Similarly, in this question, since the financial year begin on 1st August 2020, it will over on 31st July 2021. So this is called as financial year, for which year we have to prepare the financial statements. Okay. Now, inventory on 1st August 2020. Can I say the opening inventory of raw material, WIP and finished goods is given to us? Right? Purchases is given, carriages are given, direct wages, indirect factory wages, factory machinery at cost, provision for depreciation, factory general overheads, rates, inventory, closing inventory is given 31st July, revenue is given. Now let us quickly tag where it will go, right? So let us understand. Can I say raw material is will go to manufacturing account under raw material consumed? WIP is also a part of manufacturing account for sure. So this will also go to manufacturing account. Finished goods, opening inventory of finished goods will go to cost of sales, right? Because only raw material and WIP will go to manufacturing account. Finished goods is a part of opening inventory of finished goods, that is cost of sales. Purchase of raw material is a part of raw material consumed. Finished goods, can I say it is a part of cost of sales? Guys, are you getting the point or not? So we are going strictly as per format. Now, if you do tagging like this, it will be very easy for you in the examination. Carriage on purchase, raw material. Can I say raw material is part of raw material consumed? Finished goods, carriage inward on finished goods is part of cost of sales. Direct wages. Can I say direct wages will be added to prime cost? Yes. So direct wages will be added to prime cost under manufacturing. Indirect factory overheads. Very, very important. Indirect factory overheads. Can I say this indirect factory overhead is a part of factory overheads? Because this is indirect. So indirect means overheads. Factory, that means factory overheads. Okay, sir. Factory machine at cost. Can I say this is the non-current assets? But can please tell me factory machine at cost is given and provision for depreciation is given to us. So can I say depreciation on this factory machine will go where? Depreciation on factory machine. Factory machine. So can I say this machine is situated in factory? Lo- Logically, so this factory machinery, because name itself suggests, so we have to apply the common sense here. Factory machine means what? Machine which is in factory. So the depreciation on this factory machine will be charged to factory overheads. Now question comes, sir, depreciation are of two types. The methods of depreciation charging is two types: straight line method and reducing balance method. So the question will provide you the information. So if it is asked for SLM method, the depreciation will charge on cost, and if depreciation is asked from RBM method, then cost minus accumulated depreciation net book value. We will charge the depreciation. That depends on the information of the question. We will do accordingly. Factory general overheads, obviously factory overheads, so it will go to factory overheads for sure. Rates 5300. Sir, only rates is given. They have not specified. They have not specified whether this rates is related to factory or this rate is related to profit and loss. That is admin cost. So we will just put a, just put a, in examination, you will not allow the markers. So just put a box like this. Not given. So we'll see additional information and then we will come to no. Okay. Inventory, obviously raw material consumed, it will go to RMC, closing inventory of raw material, right? Work in progress, this is closing WIP, will go to manufacturing and finished goods. Sir, it is a part of cost of, sorry, this is 10,340, not this. So 10,340 finished goods is a part of cost of sales. And this revenue, obviously revenue is part of, revenue is part of what? Revenue is part of 2,23,000. Revenue is part of statement of profit and loss. Okay, ji. Additional information. On 31st July 2021, that is closing, rates 500 was prepaid. Prepaid means what? Expenses include which are related to future year. So can I say prepaid rates? Rates are my expenses. So rates, prepaid rates will be deducted because this expenses as per accrual and prepayment concept means what? Prepaid, what? The rates prepaid means what? Prepaid expenses paid for next year means paid but not incurred. So can I say the prepaid means future expenses, it will be reduced. Prepaid means what? It will reduced. Prepaid. So rates are here. So can I say before doing apportionment, what percentage of office and what percentage of we have to just reduce, this 5300 minus 500 because this is a prepaid. And can I say since this is a prepaid, it will also go to current assets other receivable. Are you getting my point or not? So if you know the concept of other receivable means what? Accrual and prepayment concept. So prepaid rent is my other receivables. Prepaid rent is my other receivables, and this other receivable will go to current assets. And this will be reduced from my expenses. So can I say my now expenses will be 4,800, right? So 5,300 out of 5,300, 500 is my prepaid. So 4,800 are my rates. Okay, sir. So 4800 should be multiplied by 75%. Now apportionment is given. 75% is related to factory and 25% is related to office. So can I say 4800 into 75%, that is 3600, is related to factory overheads, and multiply by 25%, that is 1200, it is related to expense under statement of profit and loss. I hope with this point you understand. So first make the adjustment of accrual and prepayment. If there is an accrued, then we will add. If this is a prepaid, we will less, right? And then we will make the apportionment. Second point, on 31st July 2021, factory general overheads 230 were accrued. So can I say factory general overheads? Where is factory general? This is the factory general overheads. So can I say 16,400 plus 230 will be added. So it will be total factory overheads will be total is 16,630. You got the point or not, beta? Because 230 is accrued. And can I say this accrued will be called as current liability, other payable? Why, sir? Because accrued expenses means what? Incurred but not paid. That means payable. So it is other payable. So accrued expenses or overheads will be called as other payable under statement of financial position if it is asked. Third, factory machine is to be depreciated. Yes, at the rate 20% per annum using reducing balance method. So can I say reducing balance method will charge depreciation on net book value? So what is my net book value, guys? What will be my net book value? So net book value, please see, factory cost is 47,000 and provision for depreciation is 11,000. So can I say 47,000 minus 11,000 into 20%, that is 36,000 into 20%, so dollar 7,200, dollar 7,200 is my depreciation, and this $7,200 will again added to my opening provision, because the current year depreciation was always added to opening provision for depreciation, and then closing provision will come. So can I say my provision for depreciation balance will increase? Because the entry for depreciation is depreciation account debit, provision for depreciation account credit. So my provision for depreciation is now 11,000 plus 7,200, so it will be 18,200, and it will be shown as accumulated depreciation under financial position. So guys, you are required to prepare manufacturing account of KA Limited for the year ended 31st July 2021. All the calculation work has done. Now it's time to just present the solution. So student, please use this trick in the examination. Please tag all the points before starting, so that now it will be very easy for you to just, present the solution. Right. So as per presentation, as per concept notes, quickly, if you don't learn the concept notes, quickly go to the backward the lecture and learn the manufacturing account first, and then come back. Okay. So let us begin quickly. So opening inventory of finished goods. So opening inventory of finished goods. Sorry. Yes. Opening invent. Sorry. So we will start with revenue, right? 1 minute. Manufacturing account is starting from raw material only. So opening inventory of raw material. Opening inventory of raw material. In this, I will add purchase of raw material. Purchase of raw material. I will add carriage inward on raw material. Guys, we need to just, shorten the video for your revision purpose. So I'm writing quickly. Opening inventory of raw material plus purchase of raw material plus carriage inward on raw material minus closing inventory of raw material. So guys, we have already tagged all the points. Let us quickly write it down. So opening inventory of raw material is 5820. Opening inventory of raw material is 5820. So all the raw material item will be shown here. So opening inventory of raw material is 5820. Then we have purchase of raw material 34,200. Then we have carriage inward on raw material 410. And then we have closing inventory of raw material, that is 6,030. So this 6030 will be added. So let us calculate everything. Let us total it up for getting raw material consumed. So 5820 plus 34,200 plus 410, and that will be deducted. So minus will be shown as bracket. minus 6030. So it will be 34,400, 34,400, and this is called as raw material consumed. This will be called as raw material consumed. You can also call it as a cost of material consumed. One and the same thing. Cost of material consumed or raw material consumed. Then we will add direct wages. We will add direct wages, and direct wages is given to us in the question. Direct wages, how much direct wages is given, guys? So direct wages is given as 67,200 direct wages. Right. So we will add 67,200. In this question, no direct expenses are given, no royalties is given. So we can skip this line because we have limited space, students. So please be careful. You should not waste the space, because if you cut it down or waste the space, there is no additional supplementary will be provided in the examination. So please, please, please be cautious, be careful while using the space. Space is most important part in examination, right? And you cannot cross whatever the space is given to you. You cannot go beyond it. So 67,200. So we will get what? Prime cost. We will get what? Prime cost. And what is prime cost? Raw material consumed plus direct wages. So 34,400, 34,400 plus 67,200. I will get 1 lakh 1,600. 1 lakh 1,600. In this, we will add factory overheads. Now we have already tagged all the factory overheads. We just need to, put the figures. So factory overheads, we have factory overheads first. Indirect factory wages given in the question. Indirect factory wages. Indirect factory wages. And indirect factory wages, let us see how much indirect factory wages are given. 24,000. So it will go to 24,000 here in the inner column. Then we have factory general overheads. Then we have factory general overheads. And you see, whenever the calculation is given, guys, in factory general overheads, we have 230 accrued. So whenever adjustment of accrual and prepayment or depreciation or irrecoverable debt, any adjustment is given, so you have to show this adjustment. So is it necessary? Answer is yes, because you will get 1 mark for that adjustment. So all the adjustment, all the points which carry adjustment will be having a mark. So factory general overhead will be 16,400, 16,400, 16,400 plus 230. So this calculation you have to show in the examination. 16,630. Guys, please tell me you understand this point or not. Right? Then we have one more factory, this factory overheads. Then we have rates. You see, rates 75% is factory. So rates we will write in the factory rates, and this calculation need to be shown, right? 5,300 minus 500 into 75%. That is how much you will get. 4,800 into 75%, 3,600. Sir, what about this 1,200? 1,200 will directly go to statement of profit and loss under expenses. Is it clear, mera bacha? Okay. And then we have depreciation, which we have just calculated. Depreciation on factory machine, this part. So this calculation is also need to be shown in the format. So depreciation on factory machine. Depreciation on factory machine. So you have to write 47,000 minus 11,000 into 20%, that is 7,200. So guys, this expenses is given. So total it up quickly. So please total it up everything. So 24,000 plus 16,630. Please use calculator along with solving this question with me, right? Plus 3,600 plus 7,200. So can I say the total is 51,430. 51,430. So in prime cost, we will add all the factory overheads, and then we will get factory manufacturing cost. The third step, factory manufacturing cost. Factory manufacturing cost, and it will be prime cost plus total factory overheads. That is 1 lakh 1,600 plus 51,430. That gives you 1 lakh That gives you 1,53,030. 1,53,030. In this factory manufacturing cost, I will add two items. Opening inventory of work in progress, and I will less closing inventory of work in progress. So opening inventory of work in progress is given as how much? 1750. So we'll add 1750, and closing inventory of WIP is given as 27 2780. This one. Closing inventory of WIP is given as 2780. So 2780. So can I say I will get what? The final phase of manufacturing, that is cost of production. Cost of production. And this cost of production will be 153,030 plus 1750 minus 2780. Whenever there is a minus figure, please put it in the under the brackets. So 1,53,030 plus 1750 minus 2780. So you'll get what? Cost of production as 1,52,000. 1,52,000. So this is it, guys. So this is your cost manufacturing account. And this will be added to statement of profit and loss under cost of sales. I hope this is clear to you. Let us quickly recapitulate it. Opening inventory of raw material plus purchase of raw material plus carriage inventory of raw material minus closing inventory of raw material. We'll get raw material consumed, in which we will add direct expenses and direct wages. There is no direct expenses in this question. So we directly added direct wages. We'll get prime cost, add all the factory overheads. Now you see with this question, I hope that you understand the concept. So first make the adjustment of accrual and prepayment and then allocate. So first adjustment of accrual and prepayment, first adjustment and then apportionment, right? So 75% is related to factory as per question, and 25% will go to statement of profit and loss. And this is the common sense that depreciation on factory machine is obviously situated in factory. So depreciation on factory machine will be charged to factory overheads. When you add all the factory overheads, you will get the factory manufacturing cost. You will add opening inventory of WIP less closing inventory of WIP. You will get cost of production. Guys, I'm very hopeful that it is clear to you, right? Now, prepare the income statement trading section. It is very important, right? Trading section. So we know trading section is all only up to the gross profit of KA Limited. So income statement, guys, income statement is an old word. This is an old past paper. Now the income statement, that it is also known as statement of profit and loss, right? So income statement or statement of profit and loss is the same thing. So now quickly calculate revenue. Now in this question, since trading account is only asked, so we'll prepare only up to trading section, that is gross profit. But for your understanding, if it is asked for preparing whole profit and loss, so for your understanding only, we will prepare whole profit and loss and we'll get profit for the year. But in examination, you have to just, if it is specific that you have to prepare up to trading section, don't prepare whole profit and loss, because you will not get any other marks and the time will be waste. Right? So for your understanding only, I am preparing the whole profit and loss. But in examination, if trading section is asked, only up to gross profit. I hope I am clear to you, right? So revenue. So revenue is given to us. Revenue, there is no sales return is given to us. So how much revenue is given? How much revenue is given? So sir, revenue is given to us is 2,23,000. So we'll just write 2,23,000 in the outer column. In this 2,23,000, can I say I will deduct cost of sales less cost of sales? And we know the formula of cost of sales: opening inventory of finished goods, because raw material and WIP has already been accounted in manufacturing account. So opening inventory of finished goods plus purchase of finished goods net. Purchase of finished goods net means purchase minus purchase return, plus carriage inward on finished goods, carriage inward on finished goods minus closing inventory of finished goods, don't forget to add, this is important, add cost of production, because we are manufacturer. We are purchasing also and we are making also. So cost of production. That's why we prepared manufacturing account. Are you getting my point or not? Guys, don't forget. Please see this lecture before examination. Very, very important. Don't forget to add cost of production, right? This is why we have prepared the manufacturing account. So this is the important part. So let us quickly, just put all the values. So opening inventory of finished goods is 12,360. 12,360. Then we have purchase of finished goods. How much? So purchase of finished goods. So opening inventory is 12,360. Purchase of finished goods is 3,900. 3,900. Carriage inward on raw material, carriage inward on finished goods. Raw material is already shown. It's $80 is given to us. Closing inventory of finished goods is given as 10,340, and cost of production we have just calculate 1,52,000, guys, right? So cost of production we have calculate from manufacturing account. Total it up. Please total it up. 12,360 plus 3,900 plus 80 plus minus 10,340 plus 1,52,000. So I will get what? 1,58,000 as cost of sales, and this 1,58,000 will be deducted from net revenue. I will get gross profit. Now beta, up to your question. uh, the question is asked till gross profit only, because trading section is only asked. So 2,23,000 minus 1,58,000. My gross profit is 65,000. I hope, guys, it is clear to you, right? But now, since in question in examination you have to prepare till GP only, because only trading section is asked. So trading section means what? Till gross profit. Till gross profit. But let us calculate the profit also. So can I say I will add other income in this question? No other income is given to us. But you see, expenses are given. Sir, where? You see, the factory overheads, this rates, 75% is charged from factory overheads. So can I say 25% is part of expenses? We have already calculated 1,200. So this expenses will be reduced. And name of expenses is what? Rates. So you have to show the calculation. 4,800 into 25%. 75% is part of factory overheads and 25% is part of expense, because it is admin cost. So 1,200 will be reduced. So we'll get what? Profit from operations. We will get what? Profit from operations. And what is my profit from operations, guys? 65,000 minus 1,200, 63,800. And this 63,800, I will reduce what? Finance cost. No finance cost is given to me. Finance cost means what? Interest on loan or interest on debenture. So that interest cost is called as finance cost. So no debenture interest cost or loan interest cost is given to me. So I just try to nil, and we will get what? Profit for the year. And this profit for the year will be added to retain earning, because this is a company. Are you getting my point or not, guys? So 63,800. In examination, you have to just perform till here in examination, because only trading section is asked. Till here in examination, this extra I have done for your knowledge, right? If it is asked. With this question, guys, I hope you have understood the whole concept of manufacturing and how you will prepare the statement of profit and loss. In the current assets, if financial position is also asked, then in that case, in the financial position, guys, under current assets, you have to write inventory and you have to show three types of inventory. Since it is not asked in this question, we are just doing for the sake of your knowledge. So inventory, raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. And which inventory? Closing one. So closing one is raw material. Closing inventory is 6,030. So in current assets, 6,030. WIP, closing WIP is 2,780. So we'll write 2,780. And closing inventory of finished goods is 10,340. So we'll write 10,340. So this will be my total inventory under current assets. Guys, I am very hopeful that with this lecture you understand the concept. If you have any doubt, please put a comment or share, or you can also WhatsApp on my number 86193 Please type your name, city, school, and which topic notes you want from me. So, student, I will upload revision lectures for every chapter. So we'll do concept and we'll take one past paper question. So it will be very helpful for you to crack the examination. I wish you all the best, guys. Stay tuned. Please update, subscribe the channel, like the channel, and just click the bell icon so you'll get the notification whenever I upload the new lecture. So the next lecture which I will going to upload is ratio analysis. Right. So thank you so much. Good day.